State Rep Malinda White from Bogalusa. Why don't you just tell us what happened from your perspective, from where you were standing and or sitting on the House floor?
Representative Malinda White had a bill dealing with domestic abuse and domestic violence. She was way too emotionally involved in the bill. After my incident occurred, I had two other people call me and tell me that she threatened to shoot them after they testified against her bill in the Senate committee. She followed one of them to the elevator and confronted another one in the hallway. She's irrational about the issue. I mean, that's just to be perfectly honest. The bill would have allowed children to sue their parents to say, I want to leave the relationship. I want to move out. Dad, give me money. And mom and dad would say no. Kid could sue their parents and have a court force the parents to pay for their living expenses so they could, quote, leave the relationship. It would allow alimony between dating partners. It opened all kind of bad doors. Child custody. You would lose your custody of your kids, lose your gun rights because you sent a mean tweet or a text message that somebody found offensive. It was way, way, way too broad. We had family court judges from all over the state calling saying, we're going to have so many restraining orders we're not going to be able to do anything else. So we started to pump the brakes and said, okay, not trying to kill the bill. Let's just fix it. Let's change some of these definitions and let's restrict it a little bit. So I wrote out a sentence. I said, if you put this into the bill, we'll support it. And she put almost everything I asked for. Some of the media reported has been a little bit incorrect. They said I was trying to replace household members with family members. That's actually not correct. I was trying to have them both added. Okay. She put household members. She left out family members other than current spouse, which is what I wanted. And she said, well, household members and family members are the same thing. And I said, well, no, they're not. I said, under the law, they mean different things. They have different legal definitions. They're not redundant. And I said, and this is exactly what I said. I said, I understand you're not a lawyer and you may not get the difference. That's all I said. And she absolutely went nuts.
She heard, little lady, you don't know what you're talking about, you big bad man. That's what she heard, Alan.
Yeah, you're right. She is, in fact, not a lawyer, and she did not understand what her bill did. And I just said, these words are different, and they need to both be included for the bill to be valid.
Did she actually grab you? Did she physically assault you?
Yes. She stood up and she grabbed my arm. Another representative, I just stood there. Another representative got up and got between us and grabbed her and started pulling her back. And she said, I'm going to go get my gun and finish this. Or let me go get my gun and we'll finish this. Something to that effect. So other people heard her yell, I'm going to blanking kill you. I did not hear that. It's mixed reports on that. Some people said they heard that. I didn't. But, she completely lost it over terminology of an amendment for a bill.
So there are
absolutely no place for that. We're supposed to be adults.
Why wasn't she arrested? You would have been arrested if you'd have done that. If you'd have grabbed a female colleague and said you were going to go get your gun, you would have been arrested, right?
I would still be in jail, yes.
Why wasn't she arrested?
No question. Because she's a female Democrat. That's the only answer I can give you. The rules are different. That's all I can say.
It was. I thought maybe you said no. I don't want to press charges. You haven't said that.
Nope. I filed a police report.
Did you?
I did.
So do you expect her to be arrested now?
She's guilty. I don't think there's any doubt, but she's guilty. And I did file a police report. And it's the state police.
What might she be charged with?
It's a misdemeanor, simple battery, simple assault, and threatening an elected official. They're all misdemeanors. But the fact of the matter is she's guilty. And the fact of the matter is if I had done it, I would have been charged, and I would already be out of office. And we have the fact of the matter is in this country we have different rules for Democrats versus Republicans. That's just a fact. I think that's more significant than the fact that she's a woman and I'm a man. I think we treat things, we treat different political affiliations differently. And we have the fact that she's female and I'm male, it factors in. But the fact of the matter is we don't have equal justice. When the state police were investigating, I said to them, if I had done this, I would already be in handcuffs. And they both nodded, yeah. And I said, I'm just asking you to treat her the way you would have treated me. And they both shrugged their shoulders and said, well, that seems fair. but that's clearly not what's happening.
You made an interesting point a second or two ago. You said, if it were me, I would already be out of office. There have been calls from within the House that she should be censured, that she should be perhaps even removed from her place in the House. Is that going to happen? What do you think? What do you see in the near future? Well, but since
I don't think anything's going to happen. I met with the Speaker twice and said, look, they removed Ray Garofalo from chairman of Education Committee for doing literally nothing wrong. He presented a bill. He made a statement that he immediately apologized for. Said, that's not really, I know that sounded bad. It's not really what I meant. He immediately corrected it. And he got removed as chairman of Education Committee. She actually threatened to shoot another House member on the House floor, and she's not been reprimanded. She's not been censured. She was not asked to leave the floor for more than about 10 or 15 minutes to calm down. That's ridiculous.
Does set an
ridiculous.
Interesting precedent, doesn't it?
It does. And again, that's why you're supposed to discipline people when they step over that line so it doesn't happen again.
Have you had any contact with her? Has she apologized or reached out to you at all?
She apologized to the House for the disturbance. She did not apologize to me personally.
And you've not gotten a text or a call or anything?
No, not gotten a text. I don't think she has my number, but she came by she came by yesterday and tried to talk to me. And I think because she found out the state police were in the building interviewing witnesses, but I was not really interested in talking to her. When somebody threatens to shoot me, it takes me a little more than a day to get over it.